What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Attack on Titan. Apologies for the delay again. This time it was Money in the Bank that got on my way this time, so hopefully maybe next week I can actually get all these reviews out on Sunday. Hopefully. But anyway, here we are. This episode was fucking amazing, man. This was without a... This is in my top 5, if not top 3, favorite episodes of Attack on Titan of all time. This episode was so fucking good, and Erwin's speech and that whole last few final minutes was some of the greatest in anime history. I have nothing. And I gotta say, this week is the week of despair when it comes to anime. You know, Dragon Ball Super for the dub. We had the whole stuff going on with Hit versus Jiren. JoJo, you guys know I haven't called it complete and utter despair. That just left me in complete and utter despair with what happened with Kira. With Kira, with Bites the Dust, one of the, let's be honest, that's the most OP stand ability of all time in all of JoJo. That, and there was all the other stuff that happened that also just left me in complete, utter despair. And here, everybody is in this episode is in complete and utter despair. I mean, I have nothing to say. I'm left speechless. But anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So starting it off, we start off with the colossal Titan leveling the place, grabbing buildings and just throwing them all over the place, spreading the fiery debris. Connie makes a joke about oh my god, is there a house among them? Oh my god, his house is eavesdropping. And he starts laughing his ass off. I don't even see where's the joke even in that. Was there something I missed? I don't know, but whatever. John, that's like, hey, Sasha, you mind, smacking Connie a little bit? Smack some. Alright, enough of that. So they keep asking for Erwin's orders, like, okay, man, what do you gotta do? Orders, we need orders, where are you? Erwin's is like, John, you got any ideas, man? I'm kinda dry here, man. It's like, the river, let's move to the river. So they move the river, and then after that, they gotta move over there where John tells him, we got to get Barret's church, but not now, so stay out of sight from him. So he says this. So and after he's done that, he tells, and everyone gets on board Erwin to conserve on their gas. Tells Erwin that I'm alright reading situations, but I'm drawing blanks here about how to get us out of this mess. So in the end, we're still all counting on you, Erwin. And he's just like, fuck. So we then head over to Levi and the guys. Some of the other scouts there tell them, like, oh yeah, we're doing good. We got taken care of these guys. Nothing but small fry here. You take a little rest. Levi will take care of the rest of the guys for you. Levi's like, okay. What was that? He's wondering what was that explosion? Did Sasha? Did Hanji get out okay? All that stuff. So then once he still kind of thought, we see this boulder or this rock go past Levi, and I love how slow you see all these other rocks, and then it goes back and all these rocks are coming to flying all over the place. They were from the Beast Titan. And then I love that when we see here, the rest of the screen has this red tint to it all because of the blood. You just see all these dismembered limbs of the soldiers dying. I was shocked how much they got away with this and with studios. I am so surprised how much Wit Studios can get away with the Attack on Titan anime, but yet TG gets censored all the time. There's so much censorship with Tokyo Ghoul when it airs, but Attack on Titan, there's nothing. No censorship, no black bars, no discoloring blood like what happens with JoJo. None of that. It's all uncensored. What is that? Is there something with the time slot Attack on Titan has, the TG that Attack on Titan has, but TG never had? I never understood that. I never understood how Attack on Titan could get away with showing liver or whatever would happen with story of his dad's Titan form with his internal organs coming off onto the wall, shit like that. I'm and you see you just see nothing but muscles and entrails and shit. That was not censored at all. I was like, wait, what? How is this not censored? But anyway, so here we are. I love that they had this like red mist or this red tint over the screen from this area. I love that. That was a great touch there by the guys over there at Wit Studios. So then we get back. So then we get to the beast. Back to the beast time. You got that weird duck scout time thing. Hand throwing him, giving him more boulders. Like, okay, put it right there. Grabs it, crushes it up, splits it in half, then brings it together, crushes it up a little more. He's like, that pitch was a little high. But that was just a warm-up. I'm going for a perfect game. Look, he's using baseball terminology. At least I'm assuming it's baseball terminology. I don't watch baseball. But we're in Attack on Titan. Is baseball even a thing here? Are sports even a thing here? Like, this is almost on the level of that coffee mug appearing in Game of Thrones. That coffee cup appearing in Game of Thrones. But who knows? Maybe, but still, like, I just felt like kind of a little weird. I'm like, wait, what? Is baseball even a thing in this world? I mean, it's not really a problem or a nitpick or anything. It was just something weird I noticed. Was just Zeke's son. Well, granted. He is a Titan girl. He definitely knows a lot more than he's letting on. So he probably does know about this baseball terminology. So never mind. My mistake. I literally just remember. Oh yeah, shit. He's a Titan shooter. He clearly knows more than he's letting on. So yeah, but I felt like still kind of felt a little weird. Them suddenly talking like using baseball terminology. Anyway, so Levi's just like, shit, you guys, and you just see all these dead bodies, this red tint all over the screen here, which I already mentioned before. Love that. And Levi's just like, holy shit. And in case you guys, and yes, I did film a reaction to this episode, which should be dropping probably a little bit after the review drops. Hell, might even be after my John Wick review, because I'm going to go check John Wick Chapter 3 later today. So, looking forward to that one. Anyway, so yeah, I was just like, whoa, yo. I was completely shocked, man. It was absolutely crazy. So then the beast time. So then Levi goes in there to check him on them, gets closer to the brain. Then he does a second, throws another boulder. See even more blood, dead corpses, all that red mist fills the screen. Again, does it again. Looks around, then goes back to where Erwin is and the others. Tells everyone to get out of here, retreat to like the front of retreat to the walls. Well, they can't go inside the wall, but like retreat, take the horses with you. So you're doing this one. The dude's like, we never get this kid's name, so I will call him Ginger. So Ginger then starts midway. He's like, got his hands on his head. The dude's scared shitless, obviously, and then he's like, get up! Do you want to die? so he starts walking back there. They get to the walls. Back to the walls, hiding behind some buildings. Erwin comes in there and he asks him, like, hey, what you got? What's going on, man? Is Hanji and the others okay? He's like, I don't know. He's like, okay, and pretty much Erwin just tells him, we're all that's left of everyone inside the walls, or outside of the walls. Everyone's outside the walls is just the new recruits, you and me. so we're stuck with the jobbers, essentially. we got Mr. Bullcut and Ginger over there, taking care of the horses and everything. Everyone's scared chilling with these boulders, constantly throwing everywhere. They keep getting closer and closer. None of them have hit those guys yet, but it ain't gonna take long for the beast time to get his aim nice and right, just slaughter everyone else there. And I think he also said they also got some of the frontline horses as well. I believe that's another thing that everyone said that the beast time got as well. We then get back to Armin and the guys. Aaron the guys, he's like, okay, so they figure out plans. So now we're like, okay, let's get the beast tied down. So John tells Aaron to do his scream. He screams. The beast, not the beast type, the colossal or Bertolds, whatever you want to call him, looks at him and then just keeps walking. He ignores him. He ignores Aaron and everybody. So he's like, huh? Why is he ignoring us? So they're like, alright, fuck it, let's just go right and attack him. So they go charging towards the colossal. They get there, and everyone kind of disperse off of Aaron. Aaron goes after the dudes, goes after the colossal's leg. And we see a lot of them shifting between 2D animation and 3D animation here. There's parts where they use 2D animations, and there's other parts where they use some 3D animations, which got a little bit, I was like, oh man, they're all switching around. Anyway. So Aaron grabs his leg and trying to push him back or anything. The colossal's just like, really? and then just flings him over the wall. Mika's like, Aaron! You know, she's shocked, and she's like, I think it was John. It was like, yes, he's fine, he's not dead, come on, let's focus on the Colossal. And then we got Levi, and Erwin being like, is that Aaron on top of the wall? So everyone goes over to the Colossal Titan. John, Connie, and Sasha, they all try to distract him while Mikasa goes in there for the kill with their Thunder Spear. So they distract them, they're like, bah! So, you know, guy will call her and be like, you're a massive idiot, you're a baka! You know, for some reason Sasha's calling him a massive pervert. When was that a thing? I do not recall any part of season 1 where Berto was mildly perverted. If anything, he wouldn't have the balls do anything. Do anything perverted. Remember back in season 2 where he's just like, when everyone starts circling him, he's just like, you know, so he's just shy, quiet type. How was he? Whatever. I don't know if she's just saying that just to piss him off, or if there was something that harmless, or in my memory is failing me from season 1. I don't know. But whatever the case may be. She does that. John's like, this is far too obvious. But Mikasa gets in there, throws her Thunder Spears, but the Colossal uses his hot steam, sends them black, has them explode, which I'm surprised when they were like still going forward, Mikasa didn't just pull on the strings. I don't know why she didn't just do that. I mean, granted, she was trying to block away the mist, but you could still just, like, you know, move your arms up a little bit and make sure you get to disconnect the wire. But whatever. So they end up flying behind her, explode some shrapnel got her. We don't see it. We like and you know once Armin sees her again, she says you're bleeding yet there's no blood on her. So unless there was somewhere I missed, but whatever. So then they get back, everyone. You know, Armin is just like, "Oh, Mika, are you okay? You're bleeding." She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Just some shrapnel got me." And she asks him like, "Do you have a plan?" Nope. So yeah, and then to make matters even worse, Reiner's back into play. The armored Titan, good old Brock Lesnar is back at it again. So we're fucked. I have no idea how Aaron and the others are gonna get out. They had their trouble just with the Colossal, but now they got Reiner back in there. So I don't know how these guys are gonna get out of this mess. This is gonna be crazy, man. So then we head over to Levi, and him and Erwin talking. He's talking about using a new plan, but then we got Ginger over there. He's like, then you got Ginger and Mr. Bullcut. Mr. Bullcut is telling Ginger, "Hey man, the horses you lose the horses. That was your job." He's like, "Oh, what's the point if we're all gonna die? And, you know, there's no one to ride the horses." And he just goes on about how I'm scared. I'm scared shitless. I thought I was going to be the one that could save the world, but. Yeah, once I was actually faced with it, I didn't think I would actually die. I would die, you know, actually die, you know, and all that shit. You know, so he's going on, but like, oh, I thought this was going to turn up. I didn't think I would have to die. I didn't think I wouldn't be going to my death here, you know, all that shit, man. So we go back to Levi and the others. They've decided a plan. Levi thinks, you know, Erwin should take Aaron and him, and then, you know, we use the other soldiers as decoy so that they can see, so at least then there's still hope. But Erwin isn't going to do that. Levi's like, if this is it, we ain't got nothing better to do, man. We ain't got nothing better. He's like, and Erwin tells him, there is one thing we can do. I love Levi's like, what? You're telling me there was a counterattack? Why don't you keep your shitty mouth shut, man? Can't keep your shitty mouth shut, man. And what that plan is a suicide charge. Erwin gets everyone, and they blindly charge towards the Beast Type. Erwin doesn't really want to go with this plan because, as we know, as we learned back in the first half of season 1, this one I'm going to take a little bit from my man Chibi. We all know that Erwin is definitely someone that is selfish. We know he has sent other people to die, sacrifice them, so that he could come here. He can make it. He can see whether whether or not his father said was true, and, you know, check what's inside the basement. We saw it last week. He was like, I need to check inside the basement. If I can play my cards right, I can check. I can still see what's inside the basement. But Aaron knows that if he doesn't charge these guys, if he isn't right there in the front lines charging with them, they ain't going to follow. Which means that he will also, most likely, die doing this. So I like when he sits down here, as he's really recollecting on everything. He's like, and tells Levi, "Can you see them? All of our fallen comrades are looking at us, wondering what has happened to the hearts that they've gave up. And you see everyone we have died. You see Levi, Squad, and a bunch of other random guys back from season 1. And it's like, we need. Man, the CLC, man, it was crazy, man. He's like, we have fallen, and I have sacrificed so much just so I could live and do this. Now, this is all inside my head. Like, Erwin definitely is not. He's in the middle of making a tough decision here whether or not he's actually going to go through with this or just leave everyone else to die. But then Levi takes over and says, "I'll make the decision for you. Give up on your dream and die." And as I meant, Chibi says this is him repenting, as he has sent many soldiers out to their deaths. Now he is being sent to his death. And so next we see that everybody are charging towards the Beast Titan. He's like, "Oh, a suicide charge? I didn't think they would act. I know that they wouldn't lay on die, but I didn't think they'd go any better than this." So you got Erwin. Oh my god, the art animation here, the facial expressions here on Erwin, fucking fantastic, man. When he's just charging in there, he's like, "Charge!" And then we get the greatest speech in anime history. Erwin tells everyone to go tell our final operation. Everybody line up. So everyone lines up. Tells them that we're going to charge the Beast Titan. And Miles Ridiculous, Levi is going to charge after, is going to go and it's heading the Beast Titan. I love Levi's like, "Nani?" He's like, "Well, wait a minute, how the hell do you expect me to get to the Beast Titan with just ODM gear? That's nothing for me to grab to." He's like, "Oh, no. There's a lot of objects right over there. It's a line of Titans." So he's like, "Alright." So it's going to be like web rushing through that whole line of Titans. Kill one, move to the next. Kill one, move to the next. It's like, what was it called? Web Strikes in Web of Shadows, I think it was called. I don't know. It was like Web Strikes or Web Rush. Whichever one it was. It was something that was that one move in Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Anyway. My bad. So he tells them to, so Leo does that and we'll charge. And then you got Ginge asking, "Are we charging to our deaths?" And I love how honest Erwin is here. He's like, "Yes. So we're all going to die." "Yes. And even..." Oh no, it says, "It's so better if we die fighting?" "Yes. So, no matter how we die, even if we disobey orders, it's all meaningless." "You're precisely right." But no matter how hard... I won't lie, I don't remember this whole speech off the top of my head right now. I remember mostly, so if I miss some dialogue or something, because like I already know I'm not going to do the scene, but he's like, it's just, no matter your hopes and dreams, no matter how blessed your life is, it's the same as if you're shredded by rocks. Now, does that make it all meaningless? Would you say that to our fallen comrades? And my god, to the Japanese voice actor for Johto, which is the guy that's voicing Erwin, you guys didn't already know that. This man deserves a fucking raise. He says, "No, it is our job to give our fallen comrades meaning to their lives. It is us, the living, that they trust to give meaning, to continue, because we are the ones that remember them." Like I said, I'm already messing it up, but Jesus Christ. This was pretty much the overview of what it was like, man. It was fucking legendary, man. So it's our job to give you, and like at this point, this is when they get back to charging. At this point, I would have been like, "Where the fuck is my goddamn horse?" I would have been so inspired right now here, man. I would also probably spray paint a Punisher logo on my uniform, so I can go out like the Punisher. It was so fucking epic, man. So then he says, "Oh, soldiers, rage! Soldiers, fight! Soldiers, scream!" Or "My soldiers scream, my soldiers rage, my soldiers fight." I was just in awe of this, man. I was in just fucking awe with this speech, man. It was legendary. I am so excited to hear this in the English dub. Because, in case you guys, the guy voicing Sebastian, as well as Ida is the guy that's voicing Erwin in the English dub. I forget the dude's name. I'm forgetting the dude's name. This man, I said the same thing with Bryce when that one scene from around first half of season 3 was airing, from the first half of season 3. I know it's very confusing. Like episode 16, the episode when Erwin got tied up, and you had that great voice actor from Aaron's Japanese voice actor, as well as Historia's Japanese voice actor. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if the dub could get on that level. The dub ended up getting on that level. So I don't know if that dude can get. I don't know. I think he's gonna do pretty well, because I love that man's English voice work. But man, does he got some mighty big shoes to fill. But good luck to you, good sir. You'll need it for this scene. So that was it. And then so everyone's charging, and of course they all die horses. But then Erwin gets hit in the midst, gets a hit around his side, and we see him fall. We don't see him straight up die, but that's where the episode ends. Now, you guys may have remembered back around season 2 was aired a couple years ago. You guys might have remembered that the Attack on Titan mangaka actually came on an interview saying that the original plan for the series was everybody was going to die. Everyone. It was going to play an Akame got killed on crack. Everybody was going to die. Eren, Mikasa, Levi, Erwin, Hanji, Sasha. Everybody was going to die. No, that was a very... my man Fernero even said that was like a very irresponsible ending. And since the popularity of Attack on Titan shot up so much, we've seen that they changed that. Remember when Sasha remember back in season 2 when Sasha was going against that Titan and she almost got eaten by it? We can probably assume that was when she was going to die. Same thing is going to happen to Hanji here. We think she might have died there, but I'm thinking she's still alive. Now, Erwin. If there's any death that's going to happen, I feel like it will be him. I feel like his death will be permanent if he is actually even dead. I think he's the one that will die. But at the same time, knowing that was the original ending and how many dead, and knowing what happened with Sasha back in season 2, I have a feeling that Erwin might not have died. He might have survived it. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna hurt like hell. He's gonna start bleeding like crazy. But I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up surviving that onslaught. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, if he ends up dying, alright. Then the man went out like a fucking boss. But I have a sneaking suspicion that he might have actually survived, just because of what the original plan was, with how the series was going to end with Attack on Titan. So, I'm about 50-50 on whether Erwin's going to actually straight up die or not, but we'll have to wait and see next week. Anyway, guys, so that's the end of it. So overall, I'll give this episode a 10 out of 10. This was down to one of my favorite episodes of Attack on Titan Season 3, man. Or Attack on Titan, period, man. Once again, apologies for the delay, guys, in this review. It was a lot of stuff. Monday, ended up having a lot of stuff I had to do, and so I couldn't get to finishing my review yesterday. But hey, it's finally here. So anyway, guys, so hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter if you like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.